When you think about video games, I am sure there are a few images that come to mind. Call of Duty or some violent shooter. The new version of Madden that is out that all the sports fanatics at your work can't stop talking about. The thing that's taking up someone's time, preventing them from writing the great American novel or doing something else meaningful in their life. But there is another image I get when I think about video games, and that is mental health. For people who have played games for years, gaming has always been helpful when it came to mental health and self-care. But for people who don't play games, or play casually, that may not be known to them. Now, there are many wonderful peer-reviewed studies that explain the merits of gaming and mental health, but I'm not going to go down that road today. For my short film, I'm going to talk about my own experiences and share quotes from gamers who wanted to express their own opinions on gaming and mental health. I hope this is helpful and interesting as we dive into why games and self-care go hand in hand from a gamer's point of view. Now, I am going to showcase very specific games that are made for helping people mentally and giving people a different viewpoint. I think it would be too easy to showcase games that everyone is familiar with, such as the newest Spider-Man or Grand Theft Auto titles. Instead, let's take a look at some indie games that show empathy and healing through its gameplay and its story. While these games may not be considered fun in the traditional sense, these are important titles that can help with self-care and mental health. I think one of the leading attributes that can make games so helpful for mental health is the soothing aspect of certain games. For example, Mini Metro is a game where you control rail lines, and while that may not seem particularly interesting, it's a game that is just relaxing to play. You can spend hours just happily connecting train lines together, making people get to where they are going on time. The reason why this game is under my self-care category is because it's nice sometimes in life to just take a pause, to not have to worry about the next life thing or the big project that's due. Sometimes, you want to accomplish something in-game, and when you're ready to deal with what you need to do, you can face it more calmly because you've had these moments to breathe. The next game is called Flower. Flower is a game with no time limit and no game over. This game practically defines soothing self-care because you can take your time with it. You can play how you want to play and not worry about the game telling you that you are playing wrong. Sometimes in life we just need to take things at our own pace, and life doesn't let us do that all the time. This game gives us a chance to do something different. It lets us play at our own pace. It doesn't rush us. We can take in every moment of the game as slow or as fast as we'd like. There are few games that let us truly control the tempo of which the game is played at, and this one does an exceptional job of interactive control of its speed. Empathy is hugely important, and not something people think of when they think of video games. I believe it helps because you can look at characters' struggles, empathize with other people, and understand why you may be in pain or that other people may be struggling too. It puts things in perspective and allows you to understand that it's okay. In the game, That Dragon Cancer, you are put in the perspective of parents who are losing their child to cancer, following their responses and actions and experiencing a story of hope when all seems to be on the brink of loss. You, as a player, have to have empathy with what these people are going through, heavily suggesting the importance of empathy with the people in your own life, connecting with self-care and mental health on a heavy, possibly personal level. When you feel alone, other people can be going through what you are in a way that can provide light, being seen or validated. Gaming does this in a way film or books can't do through its connection with interactive play. The story can't unfold without you. My next noteworthy nod is to the game This War of Mine. Like the previous game, you have to struggle with difficult choices, playing as civilians in a civil war, learning what they have to do to survive. The choices you make require you to think, to reflect. This is important because sometimes even if we are suffering, we have to think about our actions and what they do to other people. We have to be understanding and know people aren't mind readers. This game shows even if you struggle, You have to try to understand what other people are going through and what your actions can cause in a web of butterfly effects, big and small. The next game I'd like to honor, Celeste, illustrates understanding and mental health through its story. You play as a young woman climbing a mountain, and you have to face her struggles and find out that the tedious climb she embarks on is indeed worth it. Like in life, you have to find understanding in yourself to find that the climb is worth it. It may be hard. You may fumble and struggle, but it is worth it in the end. So many times we fail to understand what is going on inside of us, and this game makes you stop and think, and look, and understand while you challenge the mountain. This game is called Journey, and it's about going on your big hero quest to reach your destination. The game doesn't tell you why you were going, but you must go. Like life, we go forward, for that is the only direction we have. And this game plants an understanding that we will need help on the way. The game is collaborative in that other players will help you and you will help other players. Collaboration's an important part of life, and Journey requires that we have trust and faith in total strangers, help them, and allow ourselves to feel open to being helped. It's easy to feel weak. It's hard to feel weak and let people see those weaknesses, those vulnerabilities. In this game, if you're struggling with the puzzle, it's easy to feel dumb and not seek help, but people in the world will help us if we only let them.
Okay, here you go. This is the one. Now go back to the blue. Here you go, you sick fuck. Now go back to the red. Look at you go, you son of a bitch. Look at that. Yeah, my boy. My boy. That's what I'm talking about.
I ain't playing that shit. Get that out of here. Computer blue.
Gaming has huge potential to be all about community. Let's Plays and streamers give gamers a place to go, a place to belong. If you're having a bad day, let's hang out and watch people play games. Companies like Game Attack in Texas have a warm, inviting atmosphere that allows us to feel at home with people we may never have met before. It's a non-destructive, relaxing way to connect with people who love what you love. We have another streamer, Rose, who will talk about what it's like for her to stream.
So, mental health and video games, I feel like go kind of hand in hand, especially when you're streaming on Twitch and everything, because it's basically another way to connect with a whole bunch of people around the world and come together for a similar cause. I know that especially during this whole COVID situation, people have been feeling very alone, or I know that I especially have been feeling very alone, even though I would still, text my friends every day and keep in touch with them. I still kind of felt like a little bit disconnected just because I wasn't able to see them physically. So it definitely affected my mental health pretty heavily. But then throughout my quarantine journey, especially when I had time off work to really find things to do, I found Twitch, and I found the current Twitch community that I'm a part of, and it's been absolutely amazing. Just the connections that I've made with people from all over the world, and being able to connect with them not only by watching a streamer and being able to interact with them and play certain games that the viewers can only play, can also play rather, but also being able to become a streamer myself and connect with those people in the communities that I've been a part of on that level as well as making new connections from people who, hear about me, whether they find me on Twitter or browsing around Twitch or hearing about me word of mouth. Like, I know that it's just helped me, and I'm sure it's helped so many people just get over any anxiety or depression that they may have. You don't have to be a hardcore gamer to be able to get involved in this video game community, especially on Twitch. You can be a casual gamer. I mean, I know that I definitely don't consider myself a hardcore gamer, but here I am still, being part of Twitch and not only finding comfort there for myself, but trying to create a good, safe spot for others to be comfortable in as well, as a streamer myself. So, again, Twitch and video games and everything, I just feel like are very, very important for so many people in so many ways to, again, give themselves a safe place to be with people who are just like them. If for whatever reason you feel lost and you feel like you need a place to go to, turn on Twitch, because people whose communities are there are some of the most welcoming communities that you'll ever be a part of, and you won't regret it.
In conclusion, video games are more than mindless fun. They are an art form. They are a way to relax, a way to feel joy, a way to work through our sorrow, a way to make friends. I hope you found a more personal relationship with video games and mental health, and at the very least found this interesting. I will leave you with a quote from the game Celeste. When you find resolve to save your friend and keep going, this is all in my head. Why is it so hostile? Those things are hunting me. I'm a trespasser in my own world. Theo is trapped somewhere in here because of me. If I give in fully, maybe the temple will let him go. Breathe. This is all coming from inside me. Get up, Madeline. Think of the feather. You can save Theo. Video games have the potential to give willingness to go on when everything is tough all around us. Sometimes it's the thing we need most. Thank you.